It's like magic. Damn, you looking so good, I gotta have it. You flip my whole world upside down. You like the perfect melody now. Would you harmonize with me? Yeah. You got me floating off the ground. You're a symphony. You're my favorite sound. When I look at you, I hear my heart pound. Baby, you like a song stuck in my heart.
Welcome to EVTV for Friday, March
12th,
2021. Mr. Lewis here with Bree, and Bree is curious as to why I'm dressed like this. Do you really not have any clue why I'm dressed like this?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day!
But you look crazy though.
So yeah. I'm wearing green, plenty of green. Mean Green Machine, plenty of green. Now, when is St. Patrick's Day?
I don't even know.
March what?
18th.
17th.
Oh, close enough.
March 17th. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. Do you know anything about the St. Patrick's Day history?
No.
Do you know where the biggest St. Patrick's Day parade in the world is held?
No, but I do imagine one of them little leprechauns. They would look like you.
Okay, so we're going to give you some St. Patrick's Day history right now.
St. Patrick's Day is celebrated annually on March 17th, the anniversary of his death in the 5th century. The Irish have observed this day as a religious holiday for over 1,000 years. On St. Patrick's Day, which falls during the Christian season of Lent, Irish families would traditionally attend church in the morning and celebrate in the afternoon. St. Patrick, who lived during the 5th century, is a patron saint of Ireland and its national apostle. Born in Roman Britain, he was kidnapped and brought to Ireland as a slave at the age of 16. He later escaped, but returned to Ireland and was credited with bringing Christianity to its people. Since around the 9th or 10th century, people in Ireland have been observing the Roman Catholic feast day of St. Patrick on March the 17th. The first St. Patrick's Day parade took place not in Ireland, but in America. Records show that a St. Patrick's Day parade was held on March 17, 1601, in a Spanish colony in what is now St. Augustine, Florida. In 1848, several New York Irish Aid societies decided to unite their parades to form one official New York City St. Patrick Day parade. Today, that parade is the world's oldest civilian parade and the largest in the United States, with over 150,000 participants. Each year, nearly 3 million people line the 1.5-mile parade route to watch the procession, which takes more than 5 hours. Today, people of all backgrounds celebrate St. Patrick's Day, especially throughout the United States, Canada, and Australia. Although North America is home to the largest productions, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated around the world in locations far from Ireland, including Japan, Singapore, and Russia. Popular St. Patrick's Day recipes include Irish soda bread, corned beef and cabbage, and champ. In the United States, people often wear green on St. Patrick's Day.
All right, we're back. Did you learn something? She didn't actually see the clip yet, so she doesn't know. We also wanted to congratulate our VIP Teacher of the Month, Miss April Satcher, for February. And a few days ago, Bree helped us produce that segment, and you were a little bit surprised at Miss Satcher's story.
Yeah, I got
You got what?
a little emotional.
A little emotional. So what you don't realize is Miss Satcher has a pretty astounding story of her life growing up. So we wanted to feature Miss Satcher and her story today. Check it out.
Tell us about your life growing up.
I grew up in Meridian. I was born in Gulfport. My family moved to Meridian when I was about 2, so I spent most of my life in Meridian.
Tell us about your family.
I have 2 half-brothers. They were my dad's children before I was born. I'm really close with my brothers. I have a mom and a dad. They divorced when I was 15. I have decent relationships with both of them, but not great.
Tell us about your years in high school.
High school was not your typical high school experience that most kids have. Because my parents divorced when I was 15, my mom left, pretty much told me she didn't have time to spend with me, and I didn't hear from her for quite a few years. So I was at home with my dad, which at some point becomes very uncomfortable for a teenage girl and a single dad. And so I moved out when I was 16. I had a friend that worked at an apartment complex, and she was able to get me into an apartment at 16, and so I've been on my own ever since. So I went to school, and I worked full-time, and I unloaded trucks at night, and I did my homework in the early mornings, and I went back to school.
What was a pivotal moment in your teenage years?
There were a lot of pivotal moments. I think it started when I moved out. I dated a guy who was probably not the best choice of a relationship. He did drugs. He was an alcoholic. He dealt drugs. So I had a lot of that going on as well. My senior year, the morning of our senior parade, which is when I was in high school, we would all get together as seniors and get in our cars and decorate them, and we'd go hit all the other high schools in the community and honk our horns and make a lot of noise, being like, that's right, we're the I was class of 99, and we'd make a big to-do in other school parking lots. Well, the morning of my senior parade, I had stopped to see a friend, and turned into a really rough day. I had walked in, and one of our friends had committed suicide. So, of course, I had to wake everybody in the house up, and we called the police, and I spent the entire day at the police station instead of getting to enjoy my senior year.
Tell us about your college experience.
My college experience was also different from most people's college experiences because I was on my own and I had been through so much. I chose to stay local for college. I went to 2 years of community college because it was free if you graduated from a local high school. And then I still stayed local and went to Mississippi State, the local branch. Like we have Ole Miss here, Meridian has a Mississippi State branch. I chose accounting, which to me at the time I thought was great. My big goal was to go to law school. I was going to be a tax accountant. I made it through accounting and got tired of school and quit. So,
how did you choose your future profession? Did you originally plan on being a teacher?
I always wanted to be a teacher, but my parents strongly discouraged it. They told me there was no money in education. They were not going to support me if I went to college for education. Of course, at that point, they weren't supporting me anyway, but it had stuck with me, and so I tried to pick a field that would be sustainable for me as I moved into a career. I was an accountant for 3 years for the state. I loved my job, but it wasn't what I really wanted to do. And so I got married to Mr. Satcher. Best decision I ever made. He was a teacher, and I got to watch him go to school, interact with teenagers. We got involved with the youth at our church, and I fell in love with teenagers and thought, this is what I want to do. I want to work with kids. So I went alternate route, got my teaching license, and I've been a teacher ever since, and I love it.
What's something outside of school that you're passionate about?
Of course, I love crafty art stuff. Spend a lot of time doing crafty art things. I love woodworking. I built my daughter's loft bed. I built our laundry room. I want to build a mud room before we get ready to sell the house. And family. I love spending time with my kids. It doesn't matter what we're doing. I love being with my kids.
Tell us something that you've always dreamed about doing, like something on your bucket list.
I want to travel. I want to take an Alaskan cruise. I want to see the world. I've never been out of like the 4 local states, so.
What's something you love about Horn Lake High School?
I don't share a lot of my stuff with everybody, but I think I have the same background a lot of the kids here do, and I get to connect with them on a deeper level than most teachers do. I love the kids. I love getting to spend time with them and the family that we kind of form here. I think that it's important for everyone in the school to understand that it doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter where you came from, your experiences in high school or your college experience, because you don't have to go off and have this big college experience. I didn't. None of that matters. I think it's important to understand that regardless of all of that, you can go to college. You can make something of yourself. You can come out on the other side and be a better person.
It is now time for today's featured vocabulary word. Read them the word. Go.
Immobile, able to move or...
It's actually mobile or immobile.
Immobile.
The same word. Mobile or immobile. Read it.
Immobile or mobile, able to move or be freely moved. Nope.
Well, this is not the kind of show where we cut.
Oh, for real?
For real.
Immobile or mobile, able to move or be moved freely or easily.
Or able to immobile is not able to be moved freely. All right, that's today's vocabulary.
I'm pretty sure they know what mobile or immobile means.
Some of them may, some of them may not. You didn't know what day St. Patrick's Day was on, so. It's now time for today's announcements. Pay attention, we are moving fast. Students, FCA and FCS will be meeting on Wednesday again, and that meeting has been moved to the cafeteria because of the numbers. So every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, cafeteria, FCA or FCS. Students, if you have been able to, or if you missed the fall application date for Mu Alpha Theta, you can sign up in B5 for the spring. We are making a senior video this year, so seniors, we need you to be turning in your pictures from your phones to hornlaketv@gmail.com. Careertech Applications.
Careertech Applications are now available on our website, hornlakehigh.com. Careertech is open to freshmen and sophomores and is a 2-year program with some of the most state-of-the-art facilities in the county. Application process is open through March 12th.
That's right. And students, Eagle Vision is also accepting applications right now, and we haven't had a whole lot come in. So
That's
you might want to
surprising.
get, I know, you might want to get on hornlakehigh.com right now. Go to the carousel. Yes. See, Bree knows what it is. She's been listening and paying attention. The carousel, and sign up for EVTV today. The early childhood education class is also recruiting for next year. You can find their application on
The carousel.
the carousel. And don't forget, students, you have tutoring options available to you on Monday afternoons. So be sure to sign up in the cafeteria on Monday's lunch if you plan on attending the sessions after school on
The
Mondays.
sessions?
Yes, the sessions at school, after school on Mondays. Your counselors will be doing power lunches on what day of the week?
Tuesday?
Tuesday afternoons. Look at the table, look for their table in the commons during your lunch. You can get your Power School logins, your ACT waivers, your college application fee waivers, and answer quick questions. You have to do this during lunch or before you're dismissed to go back to class. You can't do it on your way back to class. That's it for today's episode. Here at Horn Lake, we are better students, always growing.
And expecting more. Stay tuned for your lunch menus and athletic schedules. And we'll see you. We'll see you.
We'll see you here after spring break
Yeah.
in 2 weeks. Or in a week. Yeah, in a week. Have a great day.
When all eyes met, it was like magic. Damn, you looking so good, now gotta have it. You flip my whole world upside down. You like the perfect melody now. Would you harmonize with me? Yeah. You got me floating off the ground. You're a symphony, you're my favorite sound. When I look at you, I hear my heart pound. Baby, you like a song stuck in my head. I can't get you out. I just lie awake in my bed, singing your name out loud. You're like a song stuck in my head. I can't get you out. I just lie awake in my bed, singing your name out loud. You're like a magic. Damn, you looking so good, now gotta have it. You flip my whole world upside down. You like the perfect melody now. Would you harmonize with me? Yeah. You got me floating off the ground. You're a symphony. You're my favorite sound. When I look at you, I hear my heart